Hello. Um, just got back from dinner. Um, Potatoes and wheat bread. It's better than nothing. Um, I'd like to discuss something that I call a matter of faith and the amount of faith that I have been able to build on my journeys of living on the street, being prosecuted and persecuted as a black Afro American Indian that has stemmed from the Indian Olmec Nation and the Haitian Nation, the Jamaican Nation, the African Nation, and also me being a breedlove and a lovejoy, which you can trace their lineage back to the Rothschilds, the Windsors, the most richest, powerful people in the world. I'm related to them by blood. Now, me being actually a sovereign American Indian descent, and me knowing my heritage and my power and my legal rights has made me a target by my own country. Now, if you know anything about the Nuwabi Moors, let me repeat this. Nuwabi Moors. I will go on record and state that my grandfather is a Nuwabi Moor. This is a Freemason organization that consists of Indians, Afro Americans, and mixed descent, of sovereign descent. Now, I would like to explain to you one of the things that I've learned about from the Moors. And when you go into the American court system, always have faith in yourself. Now, let me explain to you why I don't think that I will ever be set foot in an American courtroom. Now, listen to me and what I'm about to explain to you, and listen to me very carefully. This is why they truthfully made the act like the Patriot Act. It is a specific act really against the Moorish nation, the Nuwabi Moors, and the educated black Afro-American sovereign descent of the Americas, stemming from America to Canada to Easter Island. This is my descent. This is my sovereign right. Now, once we started to understand the Americanized, really colonial British state reinforced law, we started to understand our true rights. Now, let me explain to you about the Emancipation Proclamation before I get into the legal court system. Now, the Emancipation Proclamation was the act, so they said that they freed the slaves. My friends, they did not free us. We are not free. Emancipation means transfer of ownership. What they did is they transferred the ownership of the black slaves back to the British. That's what the Emancipation Proclamation actually means. So they didn't free us, they transferred the ownership of us back to the colonial British state. Let me explain to you a little bit more why this Emancipation Proclamation bill was so important to America. Because when they passed this law, they also passed a law that gave the corporations the legal right as a person. What I mean is, the corporation has as much legal rights as a black slave. This is why the whole act came about. Because the corporations wanted to act as one person. So this gives the legal right for a group or conglomerate of businessmen having one objective, which is to make profits, to have the same legal rights as a human being. This is the act of the Emancipation Proclamation. This is what it truthfully meant when you think that they freed the slaves. This is why, they give black, what is the word? I want to say Black History Month is the shortest month of the whole month, of all months in the whole year. So that's America's way of saying thank you, black people, for building our country. So let me get into the legal question that most people should know if you ever go to court in the American law. This is how you beat the American law. This is why the Patriot Act was made. It was specifically made against us because we know our law. Now, hypothetically speaking, a police officer picks me up off the street. I have to go to court. Now, you're in the American court. What's the first thing that you do? They make you swear in. They make you swear in on their Freemason Bible. It's not a normal Bible, friends. If you were to ever read it and pick it up, guess who helped write it? Albert Pike. He wrote the Bible for the KKK. It says Holy Bible, but there's nothing holy about this Bible that they have in every courtroom in the United States. Every judge in the United States has to be a Freemason before he can even take the state of judge. Now, every Moor that goes in to American court system will not swear in. This is what we will say to the judge and the court. We will pull out a dollar bill if we have one. If we don't need one. And we will remind them on this money, it says, "In God we trust." Correct? And they will say correct. And on the dollar, there is a bunch of Masonic, Egyptian, Freemasonry symbolism and imagery. This is not my God. If I am Muslim, my God is Allah. If I'm a Christian, my God is Christ. If I'm Orthodox, my God is Christ. But on your American money, it says, "In God we trust." Where's my God? My God is not this Egyptian, Egyptology, Freemason, wicked, satanic stuff that you say, "In God we trust." If you trust in your God, that is your God. It's not my God. I know who my God is. So, systematically speaking, I will not swear in on your Bible either. Because on your dollar, it says, "In God we trust." Whose God, sir? Whose pyramid is this? What is all this Masonic symbolism on this dollar? And it says, "In God we trust." What God? Your God is not my God. So now I make you think about the truth, and the truth about what has been going on in the United States for about 20 years in the Nuwabi Moor state, and how we've been fighting to take back our land because it's our sovereign right. Because we know how to defeat the European Freemason lodges with speech and truth and the real God. So they pass an act called the Patriot Act, where they don't need to take us to court. They can just pick us up from our home and take us wherever we want without any legal representation, because they cannot mess with us in a legal court of law, because we know our legal rights. So this is what has been going on in the United States for the sovereign nation, for the sovereign bloodline. And what I mean by sovereign means indigenous to. It means my people were there before the Europeans got off the boat. And this is my bloodline. And we've been fighting for our land and to take our land back for over 100 years, over 200 years, and fighting to take our land back because it belonged to us before the Europeans got off the boat and just stole it and killed us and killed my people. I am of a sovereign bloodline. So when I just tell you this one thing about the American court system and how to defeat it, and if you bring this up in court, they will take away your court. They will get you out of court because they don't want anyone to hear this. They don't want anyone to know this. They don't want anyone to know how to defeat them like this verbally in their own court. So I strongly remind you, it's a matter of faith. Who do you believe in? What do you believe in? Believe me, my friend. My God is Yeshua. My God is Christ. My God is Yahweh. My God is Jehovah. My mother is Mary. I believe in the Holy Trinity. I do not believe in the God that they want me to swear into in their court system. I do not believe in the God that is on the back of the dollar. I do not believe in their evil, Masonic, Freemason, stolen, made up laws that was written off the backs of innocent people by Albert Pike, who is a Nazi, who wrote the Bible for the KKK, Ku Klux Klan. So when you swear in the court system, when you swear to their God, you're swearing to their demonic God. When you swear in. So if you ever go to court in America, this is how you can defeat anything. So I strongly urge you to remember this. Tell it to your friends, because it's really simple, isn't it? God didn't make it complex. They tried to, but it just takes one man to come and show you the light and the truth. So let me explain to you about their God, if you want to take it a step further. Now let's break it down. What does my government love? They love gold. That's for G. They love oil. That's for O. And what else? Skull and Bones, their first member, what was he? He was a heroin smuggler. Skull and Bones, you know, every president just about, even Obama, is Skull and Bones. CIA, Skull and Bones. The D in God, it stands for drugs. Their God is gold, oil, and drugs. This is not my God. And I pray if you're listening to me, this is not your God. So it's a matter of faith. Have faith in you. Have faith in God. Pray for the sinners because they are weak and we are strong. Love and light to you, and thank you for your time. One love. And me knowing my heritage and my power and my legal rights has made me a target by my own country. Now, if you know anything about the Nuwabi Moors, let me repeat this. Nuwabi Moors. I will and the amount of faith that I have been able to build on my journeys of living on the street, being prosecuted and persecuted as a black Afro American Indian that has stemmed from the Indian Olmec Nation and the Haitian Nation, the Jamaican Nation, the African Nation, and also me being a breed love and a lovejoy, which you can trace their lineage back to the Rothschilds, the Windsors, the most richest, powerful people in the world. I am related to them by blood. Now, me being actually a sovereign American Indian descent, and hello, um, just got back from dinner, um, potatoes and wheat bread. It's better than nothing. Um, I'd like to discuss something that I call a matter of faith.